Hello, insomniacs, fellow night owls, or maybe you're an overnight driver, maybe security somewhere, or at the plant. Anyone pulling the graveyard, welcome to the night shift. Once again, thanks for tuning in. If you have a story to share, post it in the comment section down below. These are experiences posters wrote out on a Reddit thread. Let's get started. I used to work at an overnight vet clinic, and late one night we didn't have any patients there. Myself and my coworker were cleaning, and we kept thinking we heard a bark, which is not uncommon, but it was 3 a.m. And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw a big golden retriever run down the hallway and then vanish. I looked at my coworker, who was sheet white. We had euthanized a large golden that same night, and the dog was running towards the room that has the freezer in it. It happened again the next night. Oddly enough, the next night the owners called back and asked for more paw prints, and they wanted the collar they'd forgotten to take off. I'm convinced that the dog was sticking around for them. It was submitted by Spooky Season 6. Next up, I worked at a supermarket, and on Thursday night after we closed, we would put up tags for the new sales on Friday mornings. Me and one of my other supervisors stayed after closing to help out, as there was a huge changeover and we wanted to lend a hand. It was just myself, the other supervisor, female, and a couple of guys working in the back room breaking down pallets. About 3 a.m., we heard a blood-curdling female scream from one of the other aisles. I immediately thought something happened to the other supervisor, but when I turned around, she was in the same aisle as me. We ran to where the sound came from, but didn't find anyone in the store. We asked the guys in the back room if they heard something, and they were relieved as they heard it a few times a week, and thought they were going crazy. The next day we even had security look at the cameras, and there was definitely nobody else in the store. That was submitted by Gonkage. Next up, I encountered a naked couple standing in the middle of the street. I was going to deliver a pizza to a house nearby, and they were just standing there. That was submitted by Whithoid6674. Okay, next up is I worked at a big box toy store and did the graveyard shift. One night, I was stocking the board game section and straightening things to look nice. I left the section to stock another part of the store, and when I heard a loud crash of several board games falling to the floor, I walked back to the board game aisles to check it out, and found every single box had fallen off the shelf, all but one, a single Ouija board, standing smugly on the edge of its shelf. We pieced out early that night. That was submitted by Caladrax182. Next up, I'm in the Army, and every now and then everyone gets stuck with a 24-hour duty where you basically just sit at a desk, have some things you have to check every couple of hours, and answer the phone for the unit. Well, one night at 3 a.m., I was sitting there watching Netflix, and every printer in my battalion, probably like 5 to 10 printers, started randomly putting out a bunch of papers all at the same time. The papers all said things like help, get leaders, DI3, and trap. Lots of other weird words. Some even had smiley faces on them. It was the creepiest shit ever. That was submitted by Nhorn98. And last up, I am a night shift nurse and worked in a nursing home. This home was recently opened, so at the time only 2 people were living there. Both people were bedbound. I was in the living room when I heard the automated doors open and close. And when I checked, nobody was there. And this would go on for some time and then stop. But every time, nobody was there. Submitted by BioHero95. As always, thanks for listening, and have a great night at